Hello you guys, so today I'm just making some fasoli soup and matfinha fasoli and birinci, which is white bean soup with rice. I'm also roasting 2 chickens, one for the house, one my husband's going to be taking to work for some of his friends. And here I have 2 chunks of top ground beef in my pressure cooker that I'm going to be putting in the fasoli soup. I am going to sprinkle it with some salt, not a lot, add a little bit of water, and close up the pressure cooker. Put the valve on pressure and then press the meat setting, and it says 1 hour. I'm going to keep it at 1 hour because I want the meat to be really tender so I can shred it. Next, the chicken. I'm going to be seasoning it with a little bit of balsamic vinegar, black pepper, paprika, lemon pepper, cayenne pepper, salt. I'm going to add a little bit of hot sauce and 1 packet of Sazon. Now, when it comes to chicken, I never do it the same. I always change up the spices. It's all up to you what you want to season your chicken with. And I'm going to start mixing all of these together and then rubbing the chicken with it. Here I did 2 tablespoons of the lemon pepper, 2 tablespoons of the smoked paprika, 1 tablespoon of salt, half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and half a teaspoon of black pepper. I'm going to add the 1 packet of Sazon. I'm also going to add balsamic vinegar, about 1/4 of a cup. And then hot sauce to taste. I'm going to add about a couple tablespoons of hot sauce. It's all up to you how much you want to use. And I'm going to mix this and put it all over the chicken. I'm going to go get some gloves and start doing that. Okay, now time to rub the chicken with it. Rub it pretty well, back and the front, inside and out, everywhere. Make sure everything is covered. Okay, here are the chickens inside my roaster pan, and I cut up some potatoes, and I have some carrots over there that I'm gonna throw in there with the chicken. I'm gonna season it with some lemon pepper, salt, and paprika. Drizzle it with some olive oil, mix, and throw it in with the chicken. Okay, here it is. Now I'm going to cover it and place it in the oven at 375 degrees for 1 hour and 40 minutes to 2 hours. Okay, for the beans, I drained out the water that I was soaking in and I rinsed it, and I'm gonna add fresh water and boil these for about 20 minutes until they get a little tender. And then I will start on the soup as soon as my meat in the pressure cooker is done. Quick little tip for you guys: if you're boiling beans, do not cover it, because if you do cover it, it's gonna start to foam up and it's gonna overflow and go everywhere and make a mess everywhere. Just leave it uncovered and let it boil. Okay, here I'm washing the rice, and this is warm water, and I'm going to wash it until the water runs clear, and I'm going to soak it with water, warm water, for about 20 to 30 minutes before I cook it. And this is 5 cups of basmati rice. Pressure cooker is done. Press cancel and release the steam. And wait for all that steam to release, then I'll open it. Okay, let's check on the meat. and it's completely cooked through. All I have to do is just shred it. And in the meantime, I'm cutting half an onion, 1 clove of garlic, and 1 jalapeno. I took out most of the seeds. I'm gonna chop it really small for the taste to put it inside the soup. Okay, the beans are done cooking for now because I'm gonna cook them again. As you can see, they're tender. They still have their shape. They're not completely cooked through. They're halfway done. The rest of the way, I'm gonna do it in the red sauce. Turn it off, and I'm gonna drain all this water. Okay, here's the jalapeno garlic onion, the meat, I shredded it. The beans are drained. Here's my pot. I'm gonna add a little bit of oil, about 3 tablespoons of oil in there. I'm gonna add the vegetables. Saute those for about a minute, and then I will add the meat. Next, I'm gonna put in the meat and saute that for about a couple minutes. Okay, next I'm putting in the beans. Spices is half a teaspoon of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of salt, and 1 tablespoon of chicken bouillon. All of that goes. Next, I'm gonna dissolve this 6-ounce can of tomato paste in water and put it on there. Okay, here it is. This is 6 cups of water with that tomato paste. Mix all of this together, and I'm gonna boil this for 15 to 20 minutes until it gets a little thick. Let me show you guys the soup. It has gotten thick, and the beans are cooked but still have their shape. Now I'm going to turn it off because it's done. Okay, next I'm doing the rice. I have drained the rice, took out all the water. Here I have about 4 tablespoons of butter in my pot. I'm going to add oil to it. I'm going to do about 3 to 4 tablespoons of oil because I do have a lot of rice over here. This is 5 cups of basmati rice. I'm gonna wait for the oil to get hot, and then I will add the rice. Okay, next goes in the rice, and I'm gonna saute this for a couple minutes, and then add the salt and water. Okay, I'm gonna add a couple tablespoons of salt. Salt is to taste, and water. Here I have 6 cups of hot water, and now I'm going to cover it and wait for the water to reduce down, and the stove is on high. Okay, once the water is down like that, all gone, I'm gonna move it just once, just like that. Reduce the heat to really low. Cover it and cook it for another 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, lastly, I'm gonna do the vermicelli separate. I didn't put it inside the rice because I'm gonna do it separate. I have about 3 tablespoons of oil in there. I'm gonna add the vermicelli. This is about 2 cups of vermicelli. I'm gonna toast it and then add the water. Okay, so you're gonna keep moving it until all the vermicelli is golden. Keep moving it because it does burn quick. You don't want it to burn. Now I'm going to add the water. It doesn't need too much water. This was 2 cups of vermicelli to 1.5 cups of water. Now I'm going to season it with salt and a little bit of pepper. And wait for that water to reduce down, uncovered, until all the water is gone. Then I'm gonna cover it. Okay, as you guys can see, all the water is gone. Now I'm going to reduce the heat to really low. cover it and cook it for another 5 to 10 minutes, not that much. Okay, let's check on the rice. And it's done and it looks perfect. Okay, let's check on everything. The chicken just came out of the oven and this is what it looks like. The rice is done. The soup is done. And the vermicelli.